A moment many have been waiting for. This week, COVID vaccine distribution is expanding to hundreds of additional pharmacies.
This is a historic moment.
This is it.
CVS and Walgreens are among the more than 20 major companies receiving vaccine shipments this week.
Pharmacies like Walgreens will have access to vaccine to administer to eligible individuals. Granted, the vaccine's limited initially, but it does mark a great milestone of the next phase of vaccine distribution.
We've got about 350 stores going live.
The Biden administration says it will start shipping 1 million doses per week in the next phase of expanding access to the vaccine.
Is that realistic?
Well, that's where we're starting. Our hope actually is that we're able to get, vaccines well in excess of that.
The hope is not only to speed up the government's mass vaccination campaign, but also to address the growing disparities in vaccinations across the country.
As you look across the United States, 85% of Americans live within 10 miles of a CVS pharmacy.
More than 75% of Americans actually live within 5 miles of a Walgreens.
While data is sparse, an ABC News analysis indicates Black Americans have been vaccinated at rates significantly lower than white Americans, and often at levels below their share of their state's population.
Unfortunately, the information we have so far suggests that the vaccines are disproportionately going to more advantaged communities, especially white Americans as compared to Americans of color.
Experts say opening up vaccination sites at CVS and Walgreens might help, but it's just the first step.
We hope that it will help ease some of the access issues. However, there is a reason to be concerned that it won't fully solve the problem. So if you look at where these pharmacies are located, they tend not to be located in the highest risk areas. This is going to vary from state to state, county to county.
According to the CDC, Black Americans are 3 times more likely to die of COVID compared to white Americans. Both CVS and Walgreens hope to reach these communities.
As we're bringing pharmacies online, we are looking at things like the CDC's Social Vulnerability Index as one of our key criteria for saying, where are the locations that have typically been underserved, where we can make an immediate impact by, opening up stores.
What we've done is to ensure that there's equitable access is that close to 50% of the stores that will receive vaccine through the Federal Pharmacy Partnership Program are in underserved communities or in communities of color.
Both Walgreens and CVS have updated their apps to help customers determine their eligibility.
There'll be an easy banner just like this one here, right? Get your COVID-19 vaccine, schedule now.
For now, the process will be by appointment only.
And then we want to educate people right there, right? That, hey, this is not, a one and done shot. This is a round trip ticket. You need, two doses for this to be effective. We'll have the patient input their zip code and then search for stores near them. And then we'll show them, different CVS locations that have vaccine available, for that particular appointment time. We're nationwide. Our systems all talk to each other. So if someone is in New York for their first shot and Florida for their second shot, they would be able to get both, vaccines from us with the system completely tied.
About 10% of the country has received at least 1 dose of the vaccine so far. Experts maintain that at least 70% of the population needs to be immune to this virus before we can return to some semblance of normalcy.
Even though it's very limited and it can be frustrating for many of our customers, the opportunity we have is that every week more and more vaccine will become available. So our ask is to all of our patients and customers is to be patient.
I do think that, there's a light at the end of the tunnel here where we're going to be able to get the vaccine to a lot more people a lot quicker.
This is Bob Woodruff, tracking the vaccine.